God, what is that quality? Apparently I'm live. Is it true? I don't know. We will find out. It's gonna be audio loop, isn't there? No. God, what is that quality? That's really delayed. Yeah, that's really delayed. Okay, so we got that going. So that's... It could be worse. It could be worse. I don't think that that's gonna do much. Hopefully we get some people. Hopefully that's not just me. I guess we'll find out when I close that. We shall see. We shall see. It is theoretically better considering I have, actual subscribers here. That's a block. Does not need to exist. Okay, well that worked. Now we go. Alright, now we go to another place. Thunderous Crystal. How quirky of a name. Okay. Hopefully we get some children and some peanuts to start asking questions. Oh, I didn't realize his face is a gray part. I play as him all the time and I never noticed that. Okay. Right, scale. 4. Huh? Rude. Is that... You're not selecting him. I'm selecting myself, dude. Leave him alone. That is... a creature. That is a toilet. And I feel honored. I feel honored to be in the presence of the toilet. Hello. Welcome in. I'm trying to get a few people because I want to do a Q&A and answer questions. I can't answer questions if there's no questions. Tragic, I know. So, I've never done this before. I've never gone around and been like, watch me. The next job. We don't have a date, but I'm gonna tell you, like, not very long, probably. Um, give it like a month or two tops. She's working on build saving right now, so that's gonna be the #1 first update that comes out next. There's a lot of stuff. Oh, no. It'll be, no, like a month or two, maybe. She has a handful of models that are already work in progress, and I know she has a handful that she wants to get, finished. And then wants to make, and some of them will be quick. We'll just have to wait and see what, she comes up with. Trying to get more people. I can only answer questions if there are questions. Can't answer questions if there's no peanuts asking questions. Roblox, please. Answering any questions. Please join. Please. Taggers. I can't speak. This is why I wanted to go via YouTube, so I didn't have to deal with tags. Can't tag me in real life. The inconsistency in the tagging is actually very annoying. Okay. We exist. We exist. And then we pop back down here, we walk in, we explode. Red. Tube of the U. There we go. Okay, there we go elsewhere. That is very aggressive shaking I do not enjoy. Let's do... 32. Hello, welcome in. I'm trying to do a live stream where I answer questions and talk about the lore. The issue is I can't do that unless people are asking questions. So I'm currently running around advertising myself like a dork because apparently I do that now. I was on Twitch, but then I realized Twitch doesn't recommend you to people, so I did YouTube because YouTube at least suggests people to see you. Plus I have the subscribers on here, so. The creatures that we're playing as are vaguely similar to Earth's like makeup, like, you know, there's a handful of differences, but I do believe we are mostly carbon based. Kaz is the person who makes the game. She has a lot of stuff figured out and has talked to us about the stuff, but we don't know everything. Good afternoon. Thank you for popping in. I was the first complex life form on Kirei. You know Zanoi? Its previous form, Snek. The little snake thing. That is canonically the first, like, official complex life form. A lot of the aliens do have relations in the evolution trees, but Exocet comes from a completely different tree. Yeah, a completely different tree. Try to figure out the best way to explain it. You know, like if you go back to, they have a common ancestor, but they're on separate branches. Skydon's I keep saying Skeedon. I say Skeedon, but the correct pronunciation is Skydon. Just like the planet is Skyrus, and Kirei. Yes, everything started as worm. It all started as worm, guys. It's all worm. Live, laugh, worm. Live, laugh, worm. did I put in my colors? I think I did, but I gotta double check. Skydon. Yes, the canonical pronunciation is Skydon, but I like to say Skeedon. Skeedon. Just because I think it's funny. Kaz gets so... She's not overly fond of it. She's like, dude, Skydon, man. It's Skydon. All my friends, we call them Skeedons just because it's easier. Yeah, Kirei. We are on the planet of Kirei. We are orbiting the gas giant named Keet. And we are in the Skyris solar system. Skydon, Skyris. See, okay, so usually when I'm playing the game, I can't get people to leave me alone. I won't tell people I'm here. I won't tell anyone I'm here. They'll just find me, and they'll swarm me, and they won't leave me alone. But then, the one time I go out of my way to try to get the attention of children, they're ignoring me, and it's I don't know what I'm doing right. But I can't get my chat. Tube of you. Please. No! It won't let me. Me no able to speak. Me no able to speak. This sucks. Macaulay lifespan? Canonically, the aliens on Skyris that have the longer floppy necks have a shorter lifespan. That's why the other morph, the other off branch of Nektal, aka Nektal, died very often. Nocalias are a lot more bendy. I think that their average lifespan are probably going to be like wait, blah 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 blah. You're confusing me. Skyris? No, that's the sun. Kirei. Sorry, I'm having an aneurysm. Kirei is just slightly smaller than Earth, and we have pretty much the same size planet that we're orbiting, or sun. We orbit the planet though. The years are roughly the same, maybe just a little shorter. In comparison. So a Nocali, as an example, probably like average dog lifespan anywhere from like 6 to 12 years, roughly, give or take. We don't have, I thought I did that for a second. We don't have, exact estimates on their, there we go, of their lifespan. Sorry, I've been working all day today, so now that I'm off, I'm just like struggling with my words. Jokingly, evolutionary-wise, yes, it is. Canonically, it's... joking-wise, it is. We haven't actually, like, figured out, like, officially what it is, on its own. What's the server name? That's a good question. I am in Immediate River. It's not a delayed river, it's an immediate river. 6-7 on the lower estimate, yeah, for the, Nocalias. And sorry, YouTube's live is, like, it's always delayed. It's always delayed. So I'm seeing your guys' messages right away, but then you guys don't hear me answer them until way later, and I do apologize. Hopefully my rambling, will result in people... Delayed water. Is that one of the server names? I'm trying to go into the bigger servers to tell people that I'm live streaming. Like I said, I'm not used to doing this at all, so I'm trying to figure out how do people do this. I wanted to do a Q&A. It's full. Okay, I'm hopping servers. I am hopping servers because I'm telling people to join the stream. I'm live streaming. Please join. Same name as here. ask any questions. I can't speak here because Roblox hates me. I have a very bad habit of whenever I'm typing, I narrate what I'm typing. Okay, well, let's go to... Well, delayed water was the one. I'm going to delayed water. Delayed water it is, guys. I could try to get people from the Discord, but I'm kind of like... I didn't ask. I didn't ask permission to do the Q&A. You could post it if you want to. I just feel bad. I feel bad. And then there's... All my friends are gonna see it, and they're gonna be like, what are you doing? Okay, there. Off topic. Dude, Roblox hates me. Roblox hates me with a passion. I cannot speak for the life of me, dude. I cannot speak for the life of me. Was I on the right screen? Yes, I was. Okay, I was nervous there for a second, but I was on the wrong screen. No, Roblox hates me. And it sucks because literally I use it all the time. Yes, there's... I have the bugs. You saw the bugs. You saw the bugs. The bugs, they pop up. I have 8 million different ones that pop up there. There's some rare ones. They'll show up. You can't hear me. Everyone else can hear me. I think. Oh, okay. I was like, everyone else can hear me, man! You're stressing me out. Scale me 4. Hotkey, hotkey, hotkey. It does have more oxygen, yes. Keyray does have a decent amount more oxygen. A human being can still go there and breathe. I can tell you guys about the Blackwing virus now, technically. I can technically tell you guys now. It's technically canonical now. I can tell you guys about it. Bob! Bob! Who's Bob? You're talking about Bobano? I'm not Bobano. I know Bobano. I'm not Bobano. Typo. Goodbye, I must become a dwarf and very... Okay, goodbye. Who's Bob? Who's Bob? Tell me who Bob is. I don't know who Bob is. Bobano. She's the creature. You're not Boban... Frickin'... I know who you are. I know who you are. Don't make me smite you. I have lightning. I have lightning. No, there's Bobano. Bobano is kind of part of the lore, actually, now. It's actually kind of funny. Kind of canonically. Possibly. May or may not. Bob is short for Bobano. I'm not Bobano! I'd be honored to be Bobano, though. I know Bobano personally. I am not Bobano, but I know Bobano. I know Bobano personally. Quite fond of Bobano. She has some girth to her. She has some girth. In case you were curious, she has girth. She has girth indeed. Anyways, yes, the plan today was that I was gonna show you guys me punting children who were breaking the rules. Answer questions about future updates and the lore, and just ramble. That's Bobano. That is Bobano. I am not Bobano. Bobano and I are separate entities. I know who Bobano is. Bobano and I, we're close. I'm not Bobano, but I know Bobano. This is a really weird thing to be discussing. I know Bobano. I'm not Bobano, but I know Bobano. Okay, let's see. I gotta yawn. I was working all day today, and then I was like, I'm gonna work more. And I came over here to work more. Bobini? You children. When shall Bobano return? Bobano's on like every other day. Just keep in mind, there's a lot of servers. You're not in every server. You're not seeing her everywhere she goes. But she literally, she's on like every other day. Genuinely. Genuinely. But Babano comes frequently, man. I promise. And can people stop messaging me, dude? I'm trying to work here. I tell people, hey, don't message me right now. And then they choose to message me the most right now. Cannot catch a break, my dude. Can I send a heart in my own chat? Can I do that? Can I give myself attention? Where's the heart emoji? Forget it, we're actually gonna put a banana. Banana! Okay. Hey, now you guys will be able to see what the delay is, because you'll see the banana get sent, and then you'll get to see me clapping about the banana being sent. So you guys will know how long the delay is. I like bananas, actually. They smell funny. I'm actually allergic to bananas. Potassium! I don't like the scent of candy banana. Like the faux banana scent. I'm not overly fond of that. Anyways, we got some children in. You guys have questions? Ask your questions. You know, this is your time to ask your questions. You can. Oh, the hearts that are popping up on the right. I could see that. I'm trying to explain how. I can't. I can't speak. I need to just write it like in big text on the floor with blocks. They can't censor me then! There are, well, dinosaurs in the sense of things that are extinct. Yes, sir. The server I'm in currently is delayed water. Soapy is in the server, question mark? I'm literally standing right here as a giant dragon. If you... Oh, people. Voxen is more similar to, are they called herons? The birds that, like, stab for fish. Voxen will sit on the edge of riverbanks in the sea and such, and they will go and just stab for fishies. Stab for the fishies. Okay, I'm just gonna write on the floor, because then they can't stop me. The creatures on, Kirei, they do not have hollow bones. They have solid bones. And I know that might be like, oh, well, how are they flying then? The oxygen, the higher oxygen in the level and the lesser gravity for the size, it just allows them to be able to do so. Also, consider their biology is quite different than ours. Like, I mean, they have blood, and they have a heart, but it's, like, different, you know? They are supposed to, the rig got broken. So Kaz has not repaired it yet. I said the server name! I said the server name! Delayed water. Why does go- actually, that's a great question. Every single alien on Kirei has a glowing organ. A glow sac, a glow organ. Just like how you can see, Sujubori has it, Goxel has one, Workono has one. They all have those ones. Every single creature has one, even the ones that you don't see it. Those are inside the body, like, kind of covered. Those organs are, they're relatively important. They're used for a lot of stuff. As an example, they can help keep, the planets, not the planets, sorry, the eggs more warm and stuff. Bioluminescence is also quite popular on the planet. You can see if you look around at all the plants, they all glow. So it helps them blend in and such. It is not safe to eat. So, are there beakless creatures? The only way that something is going to be beakless is if the beak is covered in skin. So, Kanisk, I don't know how you want to say it. We haven't gotten a proper pronunciation for that one. That one has skin over it, but it is technically a beak. Same goes for Tolkrek, which just came out. That one also has skin over its beak, but it does still have a beak. It's just something that all the creatures have in common on Kirei. that they have a beak. They all have a glowing organ. Can you use it like glow stick? Technically, after the creature dies, if the creature dies, the glow will no longer, like the chemical reaction, because they have to produce the chemicals to make it glow, they will stop. So something that canonically occurs is that Skydon will take Sigivoris and put them in jars and use them as lights. Because they glow. They glow. So, but if you kill them, regretfully, they will not continue to grow. Glow. Grow? I mean, they won't grow either because they'll be dead. Oh no, I got a ton of morphs. There's more than that I can access via commands. You guys don't get to see those though. You can only see the ones that I have there. Okay, stop biting me, dude. Don't mind me casually turning people to ash. It's just, I do that casually. It's actually the other way around. Jovies, they did not come first. It was Sigivoris. They came originally. Due to just the lack of proper environment, they kind of just didn't really, you know, they got more lumpy and more fat. They got lumpy and fat. Lumpy and fat, lumpy and fat. Poor fat creatures. Trying to... Stop messaging me! Okay, sorry. I swear, the one time I tell people to leave me alone. Yeah, the aliens from the older games, the admin ones specifically were mostly just like jokes. The new admin aliens that we have now are they're specifically made to test new features. We have one that glides and double jumps. We have one that has a completely different flying mechanism. We have one that has controllable body parts that you can open and close by pressing keys. There's all sorts of different things that we have. Is achievement is real. Actually... yes and no, but mostly yes. Which aliens in Kyra are more likely to do so? Well, most of the animals that were gonna go extinct already have gone extinct. But currently, as of right now, Sujivori is probably up on that list of aliens that are most likely going to go extinct, as well as I'm gonna be honest, probably tenets. The delay is wild. I hate it. The delay is so wild. I'm not bringing Bobano in today. She's having a break today, dude. She's been on like crazy, dude. She needs a break. Just as I need a break sometimes, guys. You can't expect both her and I to go ham. Every day, all day. Guys, you guys are killing me. Everyone pronounces them differently. Most of the creatures do not have canonical pronunciations. Skydon does. Majority of the other ones do not. It's just kind of however you want to pronounce it for now until we figure out how we're gonna make it, you know, proper. If this child doesn't stop biting me, I'm actually going to explode them. I take back on exploding, because I don't want to explode also. Bobano does deserve a break. Don't bully Bobano, man. She hasn't hard enough. Spittle will be renamed eventually, probably when it gets its remodel. Will it get its new name? Dude. Knock it off. I'm trying to work, man. I'm trying to work, man. Oh my god, dude, I hate that. If humans colonize Keyray, which alien? Well, there's already domesticated aliens on Keyray, so they probably would just take over. How did I totally fumble? How did I mess up? Okay, I don't know how I did that. YouTube with an E at the end. Can I stop fumbling? YouTube. There we go. Hector. I hate Hector, man. Hector and I have frickin' beef. So the aliens on the planet, Keyray, they don't have the exact same genetic makeup as us. So we cannot say that there are males, females, gender differences and such. As of right now, just assume that they're both and neither, I guess, is the best way I could say it right now. No, he's evil. There's lore, you know. There's lore. There's lore, my dude. Hekaris are probably not the best for domestication because they're scavengers. So they're very opportunistic creatures. If they have the opportunity to betray you and eat you, they're definitely going to. They're not gentle giants by any means. They are opportunistic scavengers. I'm trying to see if I can find my thingy so I can cheat. There we go. No, that's not it. Gonna fight everything for being broken. How does Skyrim religion work? Same way as ours does. They have a belief, they follow it, rumors, etc., etc. Somebody comes up with a story. There is, yeah, about the orange bird, the giant orange bird. Yes. Actually, there's a lot of lore about that. Us as moderators, we actually, we got shoved into the basement. And we got force-fed oatmeal. It's not as nice as it sounds. I'm not allowed to go over all the details, man, because it's a bit dark. And I don't want to get thrown back into the basement to eat more oatmeal. All the creatures are, technically speaking. I can answer what I know. Yeah, some questions are going to be more like Kaz directed. I can answer what I know to the best of my ability. But, I didn't mean to. Okay, man, you guys are. Whose name? Their name being hashtags? Is that what they. I don't know. There's this. I don't know, man. I'm just here to work. Can I stop getting bitten? See, my solution to being bitten is just to light them on, well, not light them on fire, to just strike them down. Not so much right now. A lot of this Scout on lore we don't talk about currently just because it would give away a lot of stuff that's going to be occurring in the future. Just like vaguely, basically, you know, it's going to be pretty similar to how humans develop their religions. Oh, that is the new generation. There's gonna be a whole new Stan Cove, which will be exciting to see when it's all developed. There's gonna be a nice cave and everything. It only got halfway finished, but it got published immediately. But yeah, she's getting an upgrade. It's too bad that happened prior to our wedding and divorce, but such is life, I guess. What's the next alien? It's whatever Kaz decides it to be. There are a handful of work-in-progress models, and then there's other ones that she's just been talking about randomly doing on a whim. So we'll have to see. I can tell you probably 1 or 2 months until it comes out. Maybe. Harknecks will come of it. Okay, so that's the thing. The snail sluggy like aliens, the technology for them to be released is not 100% done, because they're gonna be skinned meshes so that they can be like bendy, you know, like goopy, bendy, sluggy. They're being delayed until that stuff is like kind of like finalized, because Roblox is still like updating the stuff that will allow them to be in existence. So currently, the slug ones for sure are delayed. Okay, I totally missed. Okay, could Shijimori's play baseball? No, they could not. I don't think they could anyways. Softball also no. Do Skydon have vocal cords? Yes, they do. Yes, the creatures on Skyrus do indeed. Skydons have an entire language. I'm very rusty. I have to use my translator to get much through. They have a funny speaking pattern. When the mushroom things on the white cave get a remodel. They're going to get a remodel. Specifically, they are very lore related now. Very, very lore related. Lore related. Blah. English, please. It's almost like I was born speaking it and still can't speak it properly. Anyways, yeah, so that's that vaguely. I have not. I do not believe so. Or if I have, I don't know it by name. If it's someone's username, I'm very bad at remembering people's names. I have a... Oh, Stan. What are you guys doing to Stan? What are you doing to her? My ex-wife. What are you doing to her? What do Scoutons think of humans? Well, they actually called for help from the humans. Lore-related. I could tell you guys about that if you want to hear. The Black Wing virus, also, Davey. That is related to the lore as well. I could go on a whole tangent about that. Scoutons asked for the help of humans. They think humans are weird, but they didn't actually find humans until like 1,000 years too late. Very, very long story. Very, very long story. She's going crazy because you guys are kicking her, and you ripped her off of her wall. I'd be going crazy too if I was her. Animal cruelty, animal cruelty, animal cruelty. She's a plant, so I guess it's not animal cruelty. Oh, I'll have to look into it. Okay, we're gonna go... We need a campfire for this storytelling. We need a campfire for this storytelling, guys. Gonna delete some rocks. I'm gonna delete some earth. Sorry, my favorite place to put a campfire is like right here, but I can't put a campfire if there's a hole. So we gotta cover up that hole, for goodness sake. Got a campfire for this long, long story. My campfire is gonna be very lazy. It's not gonna be an impressive campfire. I do apologize. Canonical fire. Yeah, I wouldn't touch that block if I were you, by the way. This is a delayed warning. Someone's probably gonna touch it before they find out. Oh, yep, there we go. Anyways, we'll gather around the campfire. We'll tell our story. We'll talk. This is the laziest fire I've ever made. You can totally eat them if you so choose to, but I probably wouldn't because the glow sacks are poisonous. Oh no, the planet is Kirei, not Renewal. It's just because it's the newer version. What is that limiter? It's gonna be added eventually, but like I said, that's part of the slug technology that requires us to have like a sluggy creature, you know. And currently we're waiting for skin meshes, so we gotta wait for that. So lore. Oh hi! I just started doing live streams. I just started. I'm hoping to get into doing more live streams and doing gaming stuff. I've been so busy with work as of late. I do really weird stuff for work. So, used to be Build-A-Bear. Not anymore. Anyways. To the lore, guys. To the lore. So, we are on the lovely, lovely planet Skyrus. You know, very lovely place. We have the giant gas giant in the sky that you'll occasionally see. I'm not seeing it at the moment. But you'll see it pop up from time to time, the giant, colorful planet up there. That is, Keat, the gas giant. We, orbit. We are on a moon. That's valid. No, that's valid. Lots of stuff going on. I hate the YouTube delay. So. That wasn't me, I promise. I can strike people with, like, 3 different types of lightning, but that wasn't me, I promise. You guys lost Stan. You guys are freaking distracting me. You know she respawns every 5 minutes. Did she respawn? Whatever. So blah blah blah, long story short, plenty of planets can survive, are like living ecosystems as a moon. It's just because, words. Can I word? I can't word right now. It's just, it just happened to meet the requirements, and since it's orbiting a gas giant, the heat and everything is fine. But it's in the habitable zone and everything, so it doesn't matter too much that it's, a moon. It just means that it's orbiting something extra. Sorry, I'm trying to say something. Okay, let me get my sheet up so I stop getting distracted and I can tell you guys the lore. The lore, TM in parentheses. So, Be an Alien takes place on Kirei. Kirei orbits Keat, the gas giant, and the solar system of Skyrus, which is the sun. The solar system of Skyrus is in the Milky Way, so it is not too far from humans. Obviously, still, you know, very long time of traveling at sublight speed, but nonetheless, it is still in the same galaxy, the Milky Way. Skydons were the primary residents of the planet. They were originally like tribal creatures. They lived in trees. They really worshiped the trees. They liked the trees a lot. Like a lot. They really liked the trees. They really like the trees. Anyways, moving on from the trees. They ended up evolving, getting more advanced. They domesticated different creatures and, you know, they did all sorts of stuff. But then they eventually, became advanced enough to have their labs. They started working on their labs, doing research, etc. They even were starting on space travel. They had, I think, like 5 or 6 giant world ships that were made. Just like, they weren't like weapon or like war ready or anything. They were just like civilization ships for them to have like farms and be able to live in space if they need be. But they weren't ready yet. Those ships were not ready. So, you know, they're chilling, they're vibing. Off in the galaxy far, far away, this isn't Star Wars, I promise. Farther away, there is another alien species. There's actually a few. Um, there's a very evolved one, the Tox, Tox. They are pretty evolved. They have space travel. They're really smart, and they have it as their life goal to go around the planet and not the planet, sorry, the solar system, the galaxy, and go find other sentient creatures and give them a hand and help them. You know, be like, hey, you can think vaguely. Here's a spaceship. Here's some tools. Go be cool, be free, be smart. Um so they found the Zorn. Zorn, the Zorn. They're giants, orange, green, yellow giant crab people basically. They have giant claws for hands. Essentially. Can you stop messaging me, man? They have giant claws for hands and such. They're not the smartest. They're sentient, they're sapient, but when it comes to like thinking rationally, they're kind of dumb. They're kind of dumb. They're like more like brute. Brute. Like, you know, like the idea of like brute idiots. Like they're idiots. They're not very smart, but they're really strong and they're aggressive and they think with emotions. So when the Tox gave them the spaceships and stuff, they're like, hey, this is cool. We need more stuff like this. You know, we want more technology, and stuff. But having claws is very inconvenient. We don't like having claws because claws to operate machinery and build things is difficult. And they're not smart enough to know how the things work. They just know like to press the buttons. You know, they don't know that pressing the button activates this and that and electricity and whatever. They don't know that. They just know I press the button, magic happens, and then lasers shoot. You know? So the idea is that the Zorn, kind of adopting the name Zorn Tox, because the Tox are what gave them their technology, so they're kind of like trying to be like the Tox, but they're Zorn. They're the Zorn. They kind of name themselves the Zorn Tox, though. They go around different planets and such all over the galaxy, and they will go to planets, they will threaten those who live on the planets, like sentient creatures, sapient ones that have, like, civilizations and stuff, and they'll say, hey, you're gonna give us 80% of your population, and you guys are going to be slaves, and you're gonna work for us, and you're gonna give us your technology, and do all these things for us. And if you don't, we're gonna blow up your planet. Most species are not very advanced, obviously, so they're just like, well, crap. I guess we're gonna have to be slaves now. So they'll take everything, the Zorn will take everything, and they'll, you know, exist as slaves. And then the Zorn will move on and they'll find more places to raid, more materials to gather, more people to use for work. So that is where Kirae comes in. The Zorn, they were like, look at this planet. It's got blue people, blue monkey people that have hands and fingers so they can press buttons, and they have technology so they could help us make technology and go murder people, you know? So they came and they said, yo, Skydons, give us 80% of your population and all of your technology, or we're going to kill you. And the Skydons weren't very happy with that. They said, we'll give you like a week. We're gonna go invade another planet. We'll be back. Get everyone ready to become slaves. So the Skydon were left alone for about a week, and they were like, I don't want to be a slave. I don't really want to be a slave, so I'm gonna, like, not. They had 5 or 6 of those world ships that have, like, gardens and so on and so forth. So what they did is they took all of their best Skydon, the children, the scientists, the farmers, anyone who was smart, whatever they could do, and they put them all into those ships, and they sent them away. There's no weapons on those ships, but they were just like, go, get out of here while you can, be free. So like about half of the population escaped, but not more of them could. So that left a lot on the planet, and when the Zorn came back to collect their slaves, they were like, there's a lot less of you. There's a lot less of you. I'm not happy about that. There should be more of you. You guys didn't agree to be slaves, so we don't like that. We don't like that. So what they did is they took what Skydon they could find, and enslaved them on their ships, took the technology, and then they left the planet, and they used a super weapon to kill the planet. What that weapon is a biological weapon they stole from another planet that thrives in the darkness. It dies in sunlight. It cannot live very long in sunlight. What that weapon is, or has come to be known as by the Skydon, is Blackwing. Blackwing essentially was a very highly adaptive fungus sort of thing that showed up. It got blasted down onto the planet, and it literally took over everything, killing anything that it could touch. It's very adaptive, so it was able to, like, you know, like, it's not from this planet, but it was able to figure out, you know, like, how to, like, adapt to the creatures and such, and straight up just kill them. So, Blackwing more or less wiped out everything that was left on the planet. Anything big, anyways. Smaller things were able to avoid it. There's a reason why you see a lot of big skeletons around, and majority of the aliens are not as big. And there is a reason why in specific dark corners you will see remnants of said virus on the planet. So, it's not quite similar. It's like a mold, a fungus, a mold that just kind of takes over. Not so much like Rain World, because that's more like cancer. It's not quite like cancer. It's straight up like a fungus. Like, you know how there's like fungus that can take over like bugs' minds and like control them and then kill them? It's essentially like that. Its whole concept is to go and attack and spread. But because it was in the sunlight, majority of it died. So the smaller creatures did end up surviving. The thing is, not a lot of Skydon are left, because half of the population left on their ships, sending an SOS signal out, flying off into the distance. Another chunk of them, majority of them, were taken to be slaves for the Zorntox. So that only left a very small amount of Skydon left on the planet. We have the selection of ones that were still relatively primitive and tribal that lived in wing. It's just what the Skydon called it, just because it made sense, translation-wise. It's also kind of based off of something from Star Wars, a comic. Kaz liked Star Wars. So, long story short, the Skydon that were left on the planet were the tribal ones that had lived in caves or in trees and managed to avoid the blast and weren't taken. They were a lot more primitive. And there were a handful of ones that were somewhat advanced. The issue is losing all of that. You can only pass down so many stories and stuff. The Skydon that did survive ended up becoming more, not simple, but they kind of forgot their past. You know, because as they're being raised, there's important stories like, oh, the big black thing took over the planet and killed everyone. You know, it's not good for us. You know, it's bad. And then the light saved us. The giant firebird saved us. So, it's kind of, you know, they did not learn everything. So now as the Skydons are evolving, they're now combining. There's the tribal ones, and there's the ones that were evolved but got left behind and survived. And those ones kind of mixed and matched. So there's still our tribal ones, there's some separated wise ones, and then there's, you know, there's like the combination of them. They're trying to relearn what happened. So it's been thousands of years since Blackwing hit the planet and the Zorntox took majority of the Skydon population. We don't know what happened to the Skydon that left on the world ships. We don't know what happened to them. It's been thousands of years. We do not know what happened to them. We don't know what happened to all the Skydon that are slaves for the Zorntox. We have no idea what happened to them. What we do know, though, is that when this originally happened thousands of years ago, it didn't wipe their memories. It's just that, like, as an example, if let's just say that there was an apocalypse, the world got nuked and stuff. As generations go on, like 5 generations from us are not going to know, like, about the video games that existed and all this stuff. Like, things are going to be forgotten, you know? People aren't going to know what the White House is. People aren't going to know what the Eiffel Tower is, you know, because that's going to be, you know? So, essentially, long story short, when the Skydon left on the world ship, they sent out an SOS message saying, hey, please help us. We're being attacked and we don't like this. Somebody did get the message. A couple thousand years too late, the humans, And the humans got the message a couple thousand years too late, and they came to the planet, and they're like, "This isn't how things are supposed to be. Stuff is different. That's concerning. We need to figure out what's going on here, because why there were smart blue people, and now they're less smart, and there's technology, but they don't know how to use the technology. So something happened here, you know. So very long story short, basically the humans came very late, and they are trying to figure out what is happening and what's going on. There are 4 main separate groups of Skydon though that exist now out in the wilderness. There are the ones that were taken as slaves that have since evolved. How? We don't know, because we don't know where they are. There are the ones that left on the world ships. Those ones are different too, because we haven't seen them in thousands and thousands of years. Maybe they found a planet. We don't know. And then, there's the ones on the planet that are more tribal. The ones that are more, adapt to living in the trees and being much stronger and such like that. And then there's the ones that are trying to relearn their history that maybe were originally from the planet, that were those more evolved ones that are kind of like survivors of an apocalypse, you know? To them, it's just like, there's 4 main groups, and they're all vastly different, and we don't know what's going on with all of them. But it is what it is. So there are remnants and hints as to what happened hiding around the planet, and eventually you guys are going to be able to get the full story and all the details and learn about different characters and all sorts of stuff that happened. It's just going to take time, because we're going to have to get all this stuff, you know, written out and easy to find out. There's going to be ways to translate things. But yeah, so it's a very complicated a series of events, but it does allow me to talk about Blackwing and Firebird and the Zorn, the Tox, the Zorn Tox, etc., etc., etc. So it's really interesting. I'm really excited to be able to tell you guys more. There's only so much that because Kaz doesn't share everything right away with us as staff, and then she waits even longer to share stuff with you guys, or give us permission to share stuff with you guys. Bobano, was the Firebird. Well, because Blackwing, the Blackwing virus, which was the bioweapon that the Zorntox used to take out Kirei and all the species on it, well, a lot of the species anyways, it cannot survive in the light of a sun. It was intended to be used on darker planets, asteroids, in caves, underground, etc. The Zorntox are kind of idiots, and they didn't really think about that. They're just like, blast them. And it did do damage, but the sun is what happened to kill off the Blackwing. So, thankfully, there's obviously still life here, but it's the Firebird. It's the sun. The sun did it. The really religious Skydon, anyways, the tribal ones. Yeah. So, it's interesting information. The sun is indeed a deadly laser. The sun is a deadly laser. Gotta see if my friend even knows what's happening. Draco! Draco, are you here? I hate the stream delay. It is painful. 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 Anyways, yeah, so there's a lot of goodies. Is that a beehive? No, that's a chunk of meat. I thought it was a beehive! Sorry. It's a good build. It's a good build. It just took me a second to process. By the way, cooked alien meat is going to be purple or green on this planet. I can look it up. I'm not familiar with it, but I can look it up. I know, the delay's driving me nuts too, sorry. Hold on, let me Google it. I'm Googling it. A browser-based text adventure game. Is this not just AI dungeon? Discovering the memories of extinct aliens. species. It's interesting. That's interesting. I don't know much about it. I'd have to look into it more before I would feel comfortable talking about it. You can talk about it in the chat if you'd like. Yeah, you can talk about it in the chat. I might still ramble, but you can talk about it. I'm not going to stop you. George, the big green worm, that lives in the green jungle. Stop fishing! Wait a second, I totally missed that message. Yeah, okay, we can join VC. You'll just have to participate in talking. I'm so sorry, all of you guys just got Weezered very loudly. Sorry. I'm sorry, forgive me. You've been Weezered. No, Blackwing is very adaptive. There are no creatures that are, particularly able to survive it more than others. It just depends on where they've been around. Yeah, sorry about the Weezer. So, yeah, there's a lot of lore in that sense. Would you guys like to know how to prepare a Skylon? It's my Discord call join sound. At least in my group server. Anyways. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. I'm sorry. What does Blackwing look like? That I don't think I can share yet. Basically, though, it's a black fungus with white growths that, you know. Well, there is a rat. I didn't even realize that. No, it's, how do you see? I'll tell you how to prepare, a tonic and a tenant. You take the tenant. Ensure that it is no longer alive. If it is, bash it against a hard surface a couple of times until it gets real floppy. Then, you'll want to pry the shell off. You'll put it into a boiling pot of water. You let it boil. You take it out. You go ahead and remove the hard parts from it, including the beak, the whiskers. You know, you're definitely going to want to remove the eye. You'll have to cut it open. You'll have to remove the glow sac that's inside. You'd want to cook it again, just because you want, as a human, if you're going to eat it as a human, the creatures of Kirei have a lot of copper in their blood and in their organs and such in their bodies, so you generally don't want to eat that. So you would have to basically, like, wash it out. You'd have to boil it in water and get all of that liquid out a few times, before you can actually safely eat it. But you would definitely want it cooked, for sure. You would want it very cooked. You'd want to beat the crap out of it before doing so. Etc, etc. Sorry, I totally blanked out there for a second. I was like, I kind of want to eat one now. I want to eat one. So yeah, the aliens on here, they have blue blood. So, you know, blue blood, very fun. We love blue blood. Some are kind of more on the purple side, some are on the more green side. Their flesh is blue, and when you cook it, it'll either turn green or purple, depending on the contents of its interior, its body, its insides. But yeah, it's interesting. Really interesting. And people were asking about the slugs, I'll say it again, because some people, we have a lot more viewers than we did originally. The slug-like aliens, such as Gulpboard, and stuff, like the ones that are, and then also Horknax, the snail. The slug and snail-like creatures are delayed currently because while their models are in progress, and honestly, they could probably be, like, they're pretty far along. The issue is that, in order for them to properly come out, they need to have the skin mesh stuff so they can be slug-like. But the issue is that Roblox's skinned mesh capabilities are very limited. The only alien that currently has it, there's two actually, is going to be the Vreek and then the Xenoi. Those are the only two that currently have it, and they have it very minor. But the idea with the sluggy sluggy-ish like creatures is that they would be mostly slow, like, you know, gummy like. Uh, so those ones are delayed. So you might not see a slug for a while, but you definitely see other things. I'm so sad about gummy not coming anytime soon. We need gummy. We love gummy. The only reason I know that is because duplicating its tail crashes the server. Anyways, what would it taste like? Oh, so, the meat of the creatures on Keyray, even after you boil it out, it's gonna have a kind of metallic-y, metal-y coin taste, but it would also probably taste, it depends on the creature. I'm gonna say probably chickeny, chickenish, maybe. It depends. It depends a lot on the creature. More dirt-like probably for like tonnets and tenets because they live in the dirt. They probably digest a lot of dirt. Are Skydons aggressive? It depends. It definitely depends on which branch you are like, because it depends, because like the more tribal ones, they might be a little more aggressive to outsiders. Maybe the smarter ones would be nicer to outsiders because they're curious, you know. It depends. It's probably Scout to Scout it depends on each individual. How do most alien meat taste like? I was gonna say, no matter what, there's definitely gonna be a very meat will cook eventually. There was actually gonna be a cooking minigame. The Be an Alien metaverse might exist one day, guys. I swear. It might exist. Just wait, it might happen. No, so words, please. My words are not working. Most meat is gonna have a coin-like taste. It's gonna taste like coins to an extent. The more you cook it and season it, obviously it'll be better. It's definitely gonna have some sort of flavor, I don't know. Draco, can I talk about the permafrost stuff? If the answer is yes, jump. If the answer is no, look away from me. Oh, jump, okay. I'll talk about permafrost. So permafrost is, Draco's, the little pumpkin gal that's sitting there. She's the one who primarily made permafrost. It's supposed to just kind of be like a what if situation if something happened to Keyrites who make it cold. I'm not remembering all the lore off the top of my head, but it is kind of like an alternate universe of things happening. Sorry, I'm dying. So long story short, planet's cold, all the creatures are adapting, etc., etc. We are currently, Draco primarily, but I'm trying to help, and so are some other friends, are kind of making a refresh of the, permafrost game. So that'll be exciting to see. You know, maybe give the creatures less pun-based names and more canonic-based names. I have like the Skydonic translator, so I'm able to translate words and stuff and see what the words are and stuff. Permafrost is we've looked into the details of permafrost. The idea is that the planet got pushed out of the central part of the habitable zone because Keyray was originally closer to the sun in the warmer section of the habitable zone, so it got pushed by a meteorite and stuff. So it's like in between. So it's in the colder area, but it's still in the habitable zone. The issue is that all the creatures were evolved to live in a hot, humid environment, and all of a sudden it's cold. And a humid place where it's cold is going to be icy and snowy and frozen. So it was either the creatures had to adapt quick, move underground, or die. So that was the idea with that. But we are going to work on a refresh of it and such. I'm hoping to get more free time so I can help. I've just been really busy with work. But Draco's doing a lot on it. She's very good at doing stuff like that. Draco, you're cool. She's cool. Everyone tell Draco she's cool. You did remake Genet. Is it Genet or Genet? Janet, okay. The Skidonic translator that I have, that I've developed, is not accessible to the public. But there is a list of majority of the words available on the wiki. Germa! 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 Germa. Why is there Germa? I'm sorry, I'm having a moment here. And what would cooked Narc taste like? Narc would taste probably very chickeny. Very, very chickeny. Metally chickeny. Sorry, I panicked over Germa. Why? I don't know why he's so low quality. Pixel, you're a dork. Yeah, anyways, yeah, so... Oh my goodness, you guys are dorktastic. Anyways, yeah, so we're gonna do permafrost. The glowy... So every single alien on Kirei has a glow organ. Every single one has a glow organ. Whether it's visible or not depends. The ones that you see the glowing parts on, those ones are visible ones. Every other creature that you don't think has one, it does have one, it's just interior. It is toxic. It is very toxic. Both to the creatures of Kirei and the creatures that are not. So if you, consumed it in large quantities, you'd probably die. Any sapient creatures aside from Skydon? Tolarex got close, but they're more monkey. Zorn are sentient, but they're not from Kirei. The Tox are sentient, but also, again, not from Kirei. So, and then again, humans as well. The primary species that you're going to see that's actually, like, human intelligent, if not smarter, or at least equivalent, is going to be Skydons. Anything else, we have like monkeys and somewhat smart monkeys when it comes to species. You know, if you put a earth shark into the ocean of Kirei, it would probably die. It would die of oversaturation of oxygen. There is a lot of oxygen on Kirei, a lot more than on Earth. We could breathe it for a little bit, but then we would even get oxygen poisoning. The water is also very saturated with oxygen, so they too would get oxygen poisoning if you'd put an Earth shark over there. Yeah, so theoretically, all species are gonna try to get to spacefaring. You know, so there is pressure in the deep ocean. The creatures of Kirei are actually very hardy creatures. They have both an interior skeleton and an exoskeleton. Because the water is more saturated with oxygen, the fish can indeed survive above the water. Also, for roleplay reasons, we wanted you guys to not suffocate. But, canonically, because there is a lot more oxygen in the water, they can handle the oxygen on the surface. They don't have, like, the same fish lung gill makeup as the same fish on Earth. You know? A lot of the aliens that exist can both swim in the ocean and breathe water. Well, not water. They'll breathe the oxygen that's in the water, and then also breathe the air that's on the land. They're not... You can't directly compare the creatures on Kirei to Earth creatures, because while there are similarities, and you'd be like, okay, this is a fish-looking creature, so it must be like Earth's fish. It's not. Even if they look like it, they're not. As an example, Spittle, soon to be renamed, it looks like a spider. It can make webs, but it has absolutely no relation to real-life spiders. They can't climb walls. Their webs are actually hard like concrete and shatter on force. They're not sticky in any means. They don't cocoon their like things. They don't climb and hunt in trees or anything. They're like wolves. They're like ground hunters, you know. So it really depends on the way you look at it, but you can't particularly connect Earth creatures to Kirei creatures. They're quite different. But that is why, as an example, the fish-like aliens can breathe on land. Can't massage your back, but I can pull you into the flame. Exactly delicious. Om nom nom. Anyways, yeah, so there's a lot to think about. Not everything has an answer yet either. Keep in mind this is a Roblox game, and while we want to have it completely fleshed out, not everything is thought about in advance. You're going to ask for the chemical makeup of the entire planet. I don't think we have an answer for you. You're going to ask for the exact size of the sun. We don't have it. You gotta understand that not everything has been thought out. We're working on it, but we're not to that point yet. So when you ask things in the Discord server, Kaz does try to come up with like a canonical answer for that if she's able to. But we don't know everything. And things are changing. Things are changing very often to make them work. How would a fight between an average human versus an well, Skydons are generally a bit bigger, and they are generally more made to traverse. It depends on which branch of Skydon you're gonna question, because like I said, there's about 4 different branches now. There's the tribal ones, the ones that were smart and abandoned, the ones that left on the spacecraft, and the ones that are slaves. The ones that are slaves probably have a lot of muscle from carrying heavy things and doing slave labor. So do the ones that are tribal, because they live in the trees and they climb and they do all these crazy things. The smarter ones that went on the ship and stuff, they could be a lot weaker. They could not be primarily made to physically hunt and fight anymore. I would say that the Skydons would definitely have an advantage. If it was hand-to-hand combat, like just fist-to-fist, the Skydon are probably going to win because they have claws. If we're talking tools, regretfully humans have some of the most advanced weapons when it comes to warfare. So yeah, there's plenty of creatures on Kirei that are domesticated. The Tolkrek, sorry, I'm mixing up alien names. The Tolkrek, the horse deer that you're seeing now, forest dravs, they were domesticated way before when the Skydon still lived on the planet. And that's why they had that saddle shell adaptation for some of the ones that were more adapt like that. But like I said, we don't have all the lore written out for you guys yet. We're working on it. We're working on it. She's making huge paragraphs. Hi, creature. Huge paragraphs and crap about it. So once we get more, I'll tell you guys. I'm happy to. This cake pop is staring at me. I want it. Grr. Anyways, yeah, we're working on figuring this stuff out and stuff. We don't have all the answers yet, but we're trying our best with it. The whole game is made by Kaz. She takes input from us mods, and even you guys, if you guys make suggestions, she listens to it. Yes, Skydon can ride Tolkrek. She does all of the stuff on her own. She makes everything. The models, the animations, the sounds, the map itself. She does all the scripting, all of that stuff she does on her own. The thing is, though, that she also has a full-time job working at a game company. So she does not have time to do the game 24/7, but she does work on it quite a bit in her free time. She's working very hard, though. It's very admirable. Keep in mind, a lot of stuff is being done. It's just not stuff you can see. There's a lot of behind-the-scenes scripting and things that are being done so that future updates, when they come along, will look better. Or as an example, the build-saving stuff, you know, it's once you get it, it's going to be a very simple-looking thing where you save builds. But right now, it is taking so much work for her to get it built out and get it to, like, be functional, you know? So there's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes that you're not going to see. But I assure you, there's some intense stuff being worked on. We're hoping to get it to the point where the game is fleshed out behind the scenes to where adding things gets easier. Because right now, it's like, we want to be able to put in a new Lego brick and attach it to the other Lego bricks. But at the moment, you have to disassemble half of it to get one new brick in. So it's got to be it's got to be simplified and made more mainstream before we can actually start having more consistent updates. But she wants to have content updates like all the time. Like it's a goal to make the game update very frequently and have you guys have new stuff. Riding and carrying is going to be added so you can ride on different creatures or you can carry creatures. We're gonna have it so you can actually equip tools and stuff. There's gonna be a lot more things that you can pick up and interact with. There's gonna be status effects. There actually already is some, but there's gonna be more. As an example, if you get in the water and you get out or it's raining, you'll be wet, and then you'll be more prone to static electricity or to things getting stuck to you. Or if you get covered in pollen, you'll be more flammable, so on and so forth. So there's a lot of stuff that we're that she is figuring out and such, and will be exciting when you guys get to see that. And like I said, we're also gonna have stuff in game lore that you guys will be able to decipher yourselves. That we're not gonna tell you, that you guys will be able to find out by solving puzzles and fiddling with stuff and translating numbers and stuff. You know. I know. I mentioned pollen and the the spore storm starts. Love to see it, man. Love to see it. No, so we'll see what happens. We're working. She's working hard, you know. But there's fun stuff. There's lots of creatures that are gonna be worked on, or gonna be added. Things that she wants to add that she hasn't yet. Like I said, we have a lot of like our admin morphs as an example. As I said, they all have the only reason they exist is because all of them have a feature that we're testing. In order to make sure that it actually functions, she'll throw something together. Oh, there is a heaven above us. I should blow it up. Do a what? Just do A. Just casual, do A. Sorry, my chair, I built my chair, I put it together, and it was perfectly fine, but now whenever I lean back, sounds like a freaking saw trap. Only occasionally, though. I don't know why. I need to fix it. I'm currently in a temporary location. I'm gonna get my desk moved, and I'm gonna have like a proper streaming setup. Right now, you should see what I had to do to get this to work. It's actually ridiculous. But I will be having like a proper setup so I can start doing stuff more often. ASMR, that was not ASMR, that was painful, man. That was painful. But yeah, I'm hoping to do more stuff on lives and chat with you guys more and answer more questions and try to be more active in the community. I have a lot of stuff, work. It's a lot of work. Tastiest fruit. I'm gonna have to say the fruit that's by Hector and the flowers. That's some good stuff, guys. That's some good stuff. Yeah, so Jeff. Who's Jeff? I don't know Jeff. You're talking about Jeremy? I don't know Jeff. Nope, now you're number 2. Oh, the melons. Oh, wait, yeah, right. I totally forgot about the melons. The melons are the best. The melons are the best. The melons are the best. The melons are absolutely the best. I apologize. Yeah, no, the melons. I love the melons. I'm obsessed with those melons. Oh, that's Jeremy. The green word's Jeremy. It's Jeremy. You hear me? Jeremy. Double-sided green worm. His head is the lower half. His butt is up high. I think Draco's fetching me a melon. Yes, good Draco. Good. Get that melon. If somebody eats it, I'm gonna kill them. Oh, Jeremy's cool. It's, the crown number things are to determine who is the #1 participant of the live stream. So if you're chatting and watching longer, you get put up there. Jeremy, he eats on his free time, but he does, digest, you know, like dirt and things. So when you go through him and you wipe your feet off inside of him, he eats. He eats. Filter feeder. Melon! Melon! You guys can see the very beautiful melon. This is the best fruit. This is the best fruit. You can get it in the upper orange forest. It is the best fruit. Because you ate the melon, I'm going to kill you. You're too close for me to kill you. That means I have to... I think that's... Yeah. You dare eat the melon. Don't eat my melon. That's my melon. Most dangerous species to face as a human. Definitely the most dangerous creature, 100%, because it's a hunter, carnivorous, and because it's generally terrifying in all means, is the Vivix. The scorpion-like alien. Its tail is a literal sword. Its tail is a sword. And it has 6 limbs with crazy razor-sharp claws. When it gets a remodel, that thing's gonna be frickin' insane. Yeah, you ate the melon because I killed you. You don't eat my melon. Which curious species can naturally survive the longest? Well, technically, canonically, if you want to be technical, George, the worm, he is the longest living creature. Voxen actually is... Voxen primarily goes for aquatic creatures. Voxen's not going to be very, very mean. More skittish, honestly. I'm trying to keep track of 3 different chat forms to make sure I'm answering questions as they pop up. Yeah. All the children are messaging me. He's a giant worm. He burrowed his way there. He can leave anytime he wants. He just doesn't want to. If you were huge and fat, no offense to anyone, if you were giant, like giant, you weighed a bazillion tons, and moving required so much energy. If food is just gonna walk into your mouth, why would you go and move? If you can just stay there and things will feed themselves to you, there is no reason to move. He's just chill. Everyone's just going into his mouth and dying. So honestly, I don't blame him. He has no reason to move. He's just like, yeah, nah. I quite do enjoy free food. Free food is pretty good. Hank is a little more aggressive when it comes to eating. He pops up and he will try to suck things down to him. But George genuinely is just lazy. He has no reason to move. Things literally just straight up go into his mouth and feed him, so he doesn't really care. He's just chill. He's like, I get to eat rocks and animals, and there's water here. Why would I leave? Hector is evil. We don't like Hector. What is that Skydon doing? I think bro's possessed. Drilled on. Skydons if they ended up converting into Tonic like mole aliens. Jeremy is kind of like the Alaskan bullworm, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, Hector's evil. We don't like him. Stan's chill and she's getting a huge refurbishment, so that's gonna be exciting to see. I'm going to kill the Voxen. I'm sorry, but I'm also not. That owl was premature. Yeah, there's a lot of little buggy bugs that will show up. There is the albino buggy. There's a lot of cool bugs. I don't know if you guys have seen the horned beetle yet. There's a horned beetle with stripy stripes. He's pretty cool. There's a praying mantis in a few different colors. Well, most scavenger-like creatures definitely are. So Hekari definitely would eat its own kind if they found a corpse. Yeah, no, Hekaris would definitely eat other Hekaris. I don't think Tynants and Taunants would be against eating each other, either. I don't know, because cannibalism might not be that big of a deal on this planet. Most animals will eat their own kind if they're dead. Sapient creatures, no. We're like, oh, we shouldn't eat our own kind, although there still are situations. But most animals do not care for morals like that. They'll just straight up eat their own kind. I like how there's just people like fighting in the chat casually. Oh, there goes Weezer. But yeah, so there's a lot of stuff. Kaz is gonna be doing a whole bunch of stuff. There's a lot of plans, lots of things for you guys to do. There's gonna be quests, things to spend your currency on, so on and so forth. So it'll be exciting as things come out. I'm sure you guys are gonna love the stuff that does come out. Tarsak is Hydra. More on the animal side than a plant side. As for the rest of its how I can't speak. As for the rest of the way that it works, I cannot answer. That thing is, I hate him. I don't want to learn about him. He's evil. Those are dorks. After so long, I finally got a few peanuts to come over here. That's from the cherry trees. Got a cherry tree cherry. Exocet is, technically speaking, Xenoi is currently the, like, ancestor of all. At least its worm form all came from that. Currently, that's probably not going to stay that way, but for now. So technically they are related, just very distantly. Very distantly. All creatures came from Xenoi, or aka Snek. But yeah, so there's things coming. There's things coming. The music just got added. Tolkrek just got added. There's going to be more items and such to play around with. All sorts of goodies. And for those who care about Permafrost, Permafrost is getting a refurbishment. So it's all going to get refreshed, which is going to be nice. And then I have my own project that I'm going to work on eventually. That you guys might like, but I have no progress on it right now, so I'm not going to talk too much about it. I'm not going to hype up something that doesn't exist. Refrigerator. Exocet's description is outdated. Any of the aliens that are the blocky style, and I know Exocet's technically the nicer style, but that one is outdated as well. They're all going to be getting remodels, and their descriptions will be updated as well. No, there's no true herbivore, carnivore, omnivore on this planet. As I said, we as humans, our brains immediately want to try to put things in the categories in which we already do for animals. Herbivore and carnivore in this planet doesn't mean the same thing as it would for us on Earth. Technically speaking, though, there are a lot of herbivores on Earth that actually do eat meat. As an example, deer will eat small birds and such. So it depends, but yeah, there's no true herbivore, omnivore, carnivore on this planet. There's ones that obviously prefer to eat particular things, but they generally cannot. They're not going to stay to just one thing if they can, like tall crack is a technical herbivore. It eats the fungus mushroom plants that are all around the planet, but they probably would eat bugs and small meaty things if need be. They're not too picky, it seems. So it's you know. Yeah, we got stuff. Sorry, I was working all day today. Trans Beetle. Sorry, it's delayed. The stream is delayed, but there's Trans Beetle. Silly Beetle. I think they stay up for 10 seconds? Or 30 seconds. I don't remember how long I kept the bugs up for. But yeah. We got the goodies. We got the goodies. My favorite creature, I have a series of favorite creatures. It depends on the circumstance. Any alien in general, my favorite alien, even if it includes ones that are not in game, is going to be Skrillex. It's like the best way I can describe it is the edgy Nectal that's been combined with a shark and has a glowing tail. That one's my number one. If he comes back, I'll kill him. So yeah, definitely, that one. If I had to pick from in-game, for versatile use, probably Vreek. I use Vreek the most when I'm doing moderation stuff. And it's nice and small and fits in a lot of places. So Vreek I probably have the most playtime on. But I do really like, Nectal and Nokali. Those two are definitely on my higher end of the likability ladder. I'm excited for Skydons. Currently the design they have in game is horribly outdated. The new one's gonna be really nice. Yeah. We got all sorts of goodies, guys. Lots of goodies, lots of goodies. Well, yeah, so there's this we're working on. We're gonna refresh Permafrost. It's gonna take some time because we are doing it from scratch, basically, more or less. And then I have that project that we're gonna be doing. Which will be fun. You got, just to give like a quick summary, it's basically just gonna be like a take like Club Penguin. You can roleplay, you can interact with things and do quests and do all sorts of mini games and such. But instead of being forced to be a penguin, you can literally be anything. You could be Sans Undertale, you could be the Bee and Alien creatures, you could be Sonic the Hedgehog, SpongeBob, you could be a miscellaneous cat character that you just made, you could be a Lego figurine, etc., etc. Basically, the idea is that it's like, you know, if you were to like play like VR chat, you can do whatever you want in VR chat. There's mini games, you can drive cars, you can battle, you can play like avoid the bomb, hot potato, you can just sit and chat with people, you can color and draw. The idea is that it'll be that but on Roblox, and you'll be able to be whatever you want to be. With some customization and stuff and fun things to do. You can run around, go collect bugs, go fishing, have a little garden, you know, so on and so forth. That's the plan anyways. It's gonna take some time though. I'm gonna be completely honest, and you can totally think I suck, but I know absolutely nothing about Hollow Knight. I never got into it. So I would not be able to answer that. But, and when it comes to combat, Vivix all the way, Vivix all the way. That is the complex evil creature that could kill anything. Vivix is terrifying. I love Vivix. Vivix is probably up there on one of my favorite ones. I've drawn Vivix the most. I had it in my phone case for the longest time. I love Vivix. I cannot wait for the remodel. Absolutely beautiful creature. It's like a big bear with a sword for a tail. So it's pretty cool. You know, you could get mauled by that thing. Or slashed by a sword. So, you know, fun stuff. Very fun stuff. Yeah. But yeah, so we're good. We got some. I don't know why that's there either. Nobody owns it. So I'm deleting it. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Yeah, Vivix is gonna be exciting when they get a remodel. All the ones that need to be remodeled will be remodeled. Some of their names are going to be updated, their lore will be changed, so it makes more sense. Keep in mind that when a lot of these creatures were added back in the beta, I mean not beta, sorry, in the alpha, a a lot of stuff was not thought out. It was just trying to recreate the, like, literal 3-block aliens. Red block, black block, eyeball. Its name originally was Micro Lizard, so we tried, it was trying to be combined, into a shorter word. Generally the way that most people are generally pronouncing it now in the group is Nike-Zor, to try to keep it separate, but it will be getting a different name. Its original name was Micro Lizard, but it will be getting, something cool. I'm actually excited. I really want the Permafrost Tolkrek to be silly. I also was talking about possibly, don't steal my idea, guys. I kind of want to make another alternate version of Kirei, where instead of getting pushed away from the habitable zone into the more cold area, that it gets pushed towards the sun more so on the opposite end of the habitable zone and get like all deserty, warm, and hot. Crazy. Sun is a real deadly laser now. I want to do that. I think that'd be fun. I think that'd be really fun. I have so many things I want to work on, I just straight up don't have the time for it. I currently host, gambling, for my main, source of income. Yes, Be an Alien Scorched. That's exactly what I want it to be. I haven't gotten around to sitting down and doing it. But yeah, we'll see. We've got plans. We got things we're gonna do. I'm really excited for that, actually. I want to work on that. I want to work on my, game. It's like, that's gonna be like literally everything. That's gonna be really fun. I want to work on Permafrost. I have a lot of stuff I want to do. Why does Nokali backflip? Why not? Use your body. Attack. Goxel, you would definitely want to remove, the organs and stuff before you cook it, otherwise it's going to pop. And you would probably get burnt. It was. I know which one you're talking about, Draco. And what's kind of funny now is that your Permafrost is now inspiring my Scorched. To an extent. I want to do Scorch. Scorch is going to be exciting. I really want to do that very badly. Yes, guys, pay your taxes. But yeah, I'm trying to get more free time. Thanks to the work that I'm currently doing, I'm eventually going to have a lot more free time. Right now, while I'm starting out, it's very, very busy, non-stop work, but it's gonna eventually slow down and I'll be able to do some live streams, I'll be able to do some gaming, and I'll be able to develop some stuff. I am going to be looking too, if anyone happens to know anyone who's good at scripting and such, maybe even modeling, possibly. Although I like modeling a lot. If anyone knows anyone who's good at scripting and stuff, I am looking to hire, and it will have pay. I just haven't gotten around to, I haven't had the time to start that yet. But, like I said, I have a lot of plans. Oh. Where is the dissolve part? Where did you find a dissolve part? The stick's too close to get zapped. Guess, oh, no, there we go. Yeah, no, I'm figuring it out. We're gonna figure out things as we go. I have a lot of plans, a lot of things I want to do. If you remove the glow organs, yes. Glow sacks. If you remove those, then yes. I would love to pick up Zekken Legacy again, but I don't think I'm gonna touch that probably for forever. That was back when being Alien was in its like very early stages. Renewal, of course. When I started playing, I really wanted to make my own Alien game, and I spent multiple years trying to figure out how to make a morph script, and I finally figured it out, and I gave it to Draco. Draco's done some really cool stuff with it. Draco has a lot more free time than I. Regretfully, I'm employed. Ugh. Employment. I know you have. I'm just glad to see the cool stuff you do. Especially because, like, if I can't do something, at least I get to see you do something with it. But yeah, I really want to... I want to get my stuff made. Probably good that you did. My script was, like, forked together years ago. Probably not very good. Probably not very good at all. So you fixing it up probably is a good thing. Yawn, yawn, yawn. Yeah, so we got a lot of stuff to do. I'm really hoping to get some progress on those games though when we get free time. Yeah, where did I thought I had the name of that written down somewhere. Draco, do you remember what we named the project? The metaverse frickin' thingy-majig. It had a name. I haven't had the time to think about it lately, so haven't thought of, I mean, I have been thinking about it, I just completely forgot what that name was. I take so many notes. It's gotten to the point where my notes are almost impossible to know. Arcade infringement, thank you! Yes, arcade infringement. That'll be that. That'll be exciting. I want to work on that. I want to work on that. And I want to have the... If you're cool with it, I think it'd be really cool to have... Well, I'm going to put the Being Alien ones in, because I already am making models for those in my own version. I think it'd be really cool to include the permafrost ones and the scorched ones into that as well. Just put everything in there, honestly. I just want everything... It exists, it's going in there. Unless it's from Sonar Studio. If it exists, it's going in there. As long as we don't get sued. Yeah, Roblox will not let me speak either. I hate Roblox with a passion. I haven't been able to talk at all. I could. I should. I could and I should. You know I'm going to, probably. No, I'm really excited for the things that we can work on. Just haven't gotten around to doing it. I gotta move all my stuff. And I gotta sort out work. But then, yeah. Valid. I want to do, like, live streaming and do gaming and stuff. I don't know how to get started on there, just because I know it is not easy to get an audience and to start. But I'm hoping that I can work my way up. I'd love to do stuff like that. I want to get stuff sorted out with work, and I really want to work on that game's stuff very badly. Very, very badly. So we'll have to see what happens. Yeah. How long has it been? It's been just shy of 2 hours. I need to make dinner. I'm supposed to be taking care of myself. I do need to eat dinner. Yeah, but, you know, Bars is amazing, and Kaz has really given a lot of people inspiration to make stuff, which is really cool. I really appreciate that from her. She's definitely someone to look up to. She works for a gaming company, relatively high up. She has her own Roblox game that she just works on for fun. She has all these really cool creatures that she makes and stuff. She's very passionate about what she does, you know. Which... Sebastian! Wait, hold on. Sebastian. I had to hold him up during that. I have a lot of creatures sitting around me. Freaking cursed by this thing. She's even cursing the green lights when I'm driving around, man. I swear if I was playing Pressure right now, she would freaking show up. I get tormented by that beast. But yeah, so we have stuff that we want to work on. Hopefully we can get some goodies done. Hopefully this whole stream wasn't terrible. And that you guys liked hearing me ramble. I have a lot of stuff I could talk about. I'm trying to keep it specifically to be an alien and Roblox and stuff right now because I know that's kind of the goal. Oh yeah, the Nectel Museum. I've seen it. I haven't seen it in a hot minute. I saw it when I was told I was getting added to it. I haven't checked since. I still find it crazy that I'm recognized very often. I don't know, man. I've started picking up a lot of things where I'm more in the public eye and stuff, so there's a lot of times where people are finding me online and they know who I am, and it's confusing. Sebi plushie, yes. Yes, I got the same. And I have iFestation, I have Painter, I have the Sebi keychain. I'm getting some slugs. Sea bunnies, I mean. Sorry. So we got, and then also, oh, Abomination's coming eventually. Talk about what? Spinosaurus. She glows in the dark. The, iFestation. But yeah, so I'm hoping that, I'm hoping that everything like, gets sorted out and we can start doing more productive stuff. I really want to do live streaming just because I feel more comfortable talking to people and doing stuff like this. I want to work on the games and such like that. Because you know, it's I wanna be creative. That's my whole thing. I just want to make stuff. And then I need to, like I said, I gotta work I gotta work. I gotta work a lot. I'm doing a lot of work. Yes, IFS Painter. No, I am actually cursed by iFestation. I am cursed by her, and it's not even funny. It is not even funny. Anyways, yeah. So it was, yeah. I do appreciate you guys popping in, though. It means a lot. I'm gonna try to post more videos for you guys. I'd like to do more things talking about being alien. I want to work on my games and such, and I want to start doing live streaming and gaming. I really do appreciate any of you guys who have hung out and stuff, whether you just wanted answers about being alien or you actually were interested in, like, hanging out and listening. It does mean a lot. I need to feed myself, and I need to fix this because the dog is gonna get tangled on it. She doesn't like that I put it by her bed. Oh yeah, actually, I wanna tell the public about my dog. Her name is Roxy. She is a Shiba Inu. You know Doge? You know Doge the dog? You know Doge? I can actually... I can just show you Doge. You know Doge. Doge the dog. That is a Shiba Inu. I have a Shiba Inu. Her name is Roxy. She is getting quite old, so she is starting to go blind. Tell me, she acts exactly like Roxanne Wolf from Five Nights at Freddy's. She existed first, though. She existed first. Roxy existed first. But she acts like Roxy from Five Nights at Freddy's, so we always make fun of her, because she runs into walls, and she's trying to attack you, and you're like... You're just... Give me back my eyes! Anyways, yeah, she's very sweet. She's very, very sweet. Oh, thank you. I love my profile picture too. I was gonna change it, but I haven't yet. I wanted it to be what I was in my stuff or whatever. I'm working on getting stuff. We have lots of things going on. Lots of things going on. But thank you guys so much for hanging out. If you have any like recommendations or things that you want me to like try to post about, or you have like you want me to do in the Q&A or something, I'm more than happy to do so. And I hope that next time I go live, I see some of you guys. It's okay. I appreciate. There's other people in here. There's like 13 people, so don't mind. But thank you guys so much. I'm gonna go ahead and get myself dinner because I'm dying and I need to eat. Because that's what responsible adults do. I can't believe that I'm an adult, man. I don't act like it. But I do appreciate you guys. I'm gonna go ahead, feed myself and stuff. And head out. But I hope to be back on hopefully sooner than later. Once I get more free time, I'm definitely going to come back. I'll show you guys what it's like to deal with the children who grief and stuff. It's mostly just watching them rage because I told them they did a bad job and they're being bad and they freak out and they think that they're going to make me angry and I'm just pointing and laughing at them like, dude, I pressed 2 buttons and you're gone. Like, I don't care. So, you know, children, we love children. Thank you guys though for hanging out. I really hope to see you guys again. If you have any video games that you'd like me to try to play, or you want to have more questions, or you want to see stuff, just let me know. I'll try to do so. Otherwise though, have a good evening guys. Don't stay up too late. Charlie out. How do you end a stream on YouTube? I should have looked into that before, I should have looked into that before starting. I'm infinitely streaming. Oh, there it is. Okay. Farewell. Farewell. Okay.